The last ride. Lena's car sputtered as she turned off the narrow, unmarked road. The GPS had lost signal 20 minutes ago, and now her phone was barely holding on to a single bar of service. She glanced at the time, 11:47 a.m. She was already late to meet her boyfriend Nate at their cabin rental. The forest around her pressed in, dense, black, and unmoving. The winding road she was on narrowed further, forcing her to slow down. Her headlights barely cut through the fog rolling low over the pavement. She hadn't seen another car for miles. That was until she noticed headlights in her rearview mirror. Too bright, too close. Her stomach tightened. She squinted, hoping the vehicle would pass, but it didn't. The driver stayed behind her, matching her speed even when she slowed. When she sped up, so did they. Her hands clenched the wheel. Her throat dried. Then the high beams flicked on. She blinked against the sudden glare. What the hell, she thought, her heart pounding. She pressed the gas harder. Her sedan was no match for the massive truck behind her. Its grille practically kissed her back bumper. Then it rammed her. Her car fishtailed. She screamed, wrestling with the wheel, barely managing to regain control. Her phone tumbled into the passenger footwell. The road twisted sharply ahead. With no choice, she veered onto a narrow gravel trail and slammed the brakes. Her car came to a skidding halt in a clearing surrounded by woods. The truck's headlights flooded her rear window, blinding her, but the driver didn't get out. The engine rumbled ominously. Shaking, she grabbed her phone. No signal. She locked her doors and stared ahead. Her headlights revealed nothing but trees. Then the truck's engine cut off. Silence. Lena's breathing was sharp and uneven. She squinted into her rearview mirror. The driver's side door opened, but no one stepped out. She waited. Her fingers hovered over her phone's screen, desperately hoping a bar of service would appear. Tap, tap. Her blood turned cold. She whirled around. A hand slammed against her driver's side window. Dirty, streaked with something dark. She gasped and reached for the ignition, but the car wouldn't start. The hand vanished. Frantic, she flicked on the high beams. A figure stood in front of her car, tall, impossibly still. The headlights revealed a face, not the truck driver, but Nate. Relief flooded her. She yanked open the door. "Nate, thank God," she cried, rushing toward him. But he didn't move. Then she noticed it. The front of his shirt was torn and wet, his throat sliced wide open, his head lolled at an unnatural angle. Her breath caught. Behind her, she heard slow footsteps. She turned. The truck driver, face obscured by a burlap mask, held a bloodied hunting knife. She stumbled backward, tripping over Nate's body. The driver knelt beside her, their breath ragged. "You shouldn't have taken this road," they rasped, voice guttural. Lena screamed as the blade came down. When the police arrived the next morning, they found Lena's empty car in the clearing. The driver's side door hung open. Her blood was smeared along the window. The forest was still. The truck was never found. Neither was Lena. Some say if you take that same road late at night, you'll see two headlights following close behind you. But no matter how fast you drive, they never let you go. The forest was silent, except for the faint crackle of leaves under heavy boots. Lena's eyes snapped open. She lay flat on her back, her head pounding. Her vision blurred as she stared up at the moon, which barely peeked through the skeletal branches above. Her throat burned with dryness, and when she tried to move, a sharp pain flared in her wrist. It was twisted at an awkward angle. She sat up slowly. Her head swam. I should be dead. Her fingers traced along her neck, half expecting to feel a gaping wound, but there was nothing, just a throbbing soreness. She remembered the masked man, the knife, the blood. Nate. Oh God, Nate. Her hands trembled as she pushed herself upright. Her eyes adjusted to the darkness. She was deep in the forest, far from the road. The clearing was gone. Her car was gone. And so was Nate. Leaves rustled behind her. She spun around, wincing at the pain in her wrist. Nothing. She squinted into the darkness. The woods seemed suffocating, thick and endless. There was no path, no direction. She had no idea how far she had been dragged. Her breath came in quick, shallow bursts. She tried to steady herself. She couldn't sit still. She had to move. She had to run. She limped forward, clutching her injured wrist to her chest. Every few steps, she glanced over her shoulder, certain she was being watched. And she was right. From somewhere in the darkness, she heard it. Snap. A twig breaking beneath a boot. She whirled around. The forest stared back, black, still, uncaring. But she saw it this time. Behind a cluster of trees no more than 30 feet away, she caught the glimmer of two eyes, pale and reflective in the moonlight. They didn't blink. Her chest tightened. She took a shaky step backward. The eyes moved, slowly, deliberately. A shape emerged from the shadows, a hunched figure, the burlap mask, the same blood-caked knife dangling lazily from their hand. Lena stumbled backward, but her foot caught on a root. She hit the ground hard, her ankle twisting painfully. The figure lunged. She screamed and rolled to the side just as the knife slashed down, barely missing her. She scrambled to her feet and ran. Branches tore at her face and arms, but she didn't stop. She didn't dare look back. The footsteps pounded behind her. Faster. He was gaining. Up ahead, she spotted a break in the trees, a sliver of hope. She sprinted toward it, her lungs burning. Then she saw it. The road. She barreled out of the forest, nearly collapsing onto the pavement. Headlights blinded her. She staggered into the center of the road, waving her arms. The truck barreled toward her. No! No, no, she screamed, but the vehicle didn't slow. At the last second, she threw herself to the side, hitting the ground hard. The truck roared past, oblivious. She lay trembling on the asphalt, sobbing. The knife-wielding figure was nowhere in sight, but she knew he was still there, watching. Lena dragged herself to her feet and limped down the road. Her legs ached, but she forced herself onward. She wouldn't stop. She wouldn't let him catch her again. After walking for what felt like hours, she spotted something in the distance. Red and blue lights flickering through the trees. Police! Relief hit her in a wave. She stumbled toward the light, sobbing and waving her arms. But as she neared the flashing lights, she froze. The police car sat empty. The driver's side door hung open. The flashing lights spun silently, and smeared across the hood in thick crimson letters was a message, "See you soon." Her stomach clenched. She turned in frantic circles, searching the darkness for any sign of movement. That was when she saw the headlights. The same ones she had seen before. The same massive truck, rumbling slowly toward her, its engine a low, ominous growl. She backed away, her legs weak and trembling. The truck stopped just a few feet from her. The driver's door creaked open, but no one was inside. Her vision blurred with terror, her knees buckled, and from the forest, the masked figure stepped out, knife in hand. Lena's legs gave out. She collapsed onto the cracked asphalt, her breath hitching in shallow, uneven gasps. Her eyes locked on the masked figure as he slowly advanced, dragging the bloodied knife against the road, the metal shrieking against the pavement. She tried to crawl backward, her palms scraping against the jagged gravel. Her injured wrist throbbed violently, but she kept moving. She had to. Lena's legs gave out. She collapsed onto the cracked asphalt, her breath hitching in shallow, uneven gasps. Her eyes locked on the masked figure as he slowly advanced, dragging the bloodied knife against the road, the metal shrieking against the pavement. She tried to crawl backward, her palms scraping against the jagged gravel. Her injured wrist throbbed violently, but she kept moving. She had to. The figure didn't rush. He didn't need to. He knelt beside her, close enough for her to feel his breath through the burlap mask. It was slow and deliberate, calm, almost curious. She stared into the empty eye holes, searching for some shred of humanity. But there was nothing, just cold, merciless emptiness. The knife hovered near her throat, but he didn't cut her. Instead, he pressed the blade into her palm, curling her fingers around the handle. Then he whispered in a guttural rasp, "Your turn." Lena's eyes widened in confusion, her breath catching. She tried to let go of the knife, but her grip was impossibly tight. Her fingers wouldn't obey her. A dull, paralyzing warmth spread through her limbs. Her heartbeat slowed, her mind clouded. Her own hand trembled as she lifted the knife. And when the flashing red and blue lights appeared again, this time with real officers, she staggered toward them. Covered in blood, the knife clutched in her shaking hand. Her eyes wild. The officers surrounded her, shouting commands, but she didn't hear them. She barely felt the handcuffs bite into her wrists. She stared past them, back at the forest. The masked figure was gone, but she knew he wasn't gone. He was inside her now. And the next time she saw headlights in the dark, she knew she would be the one behind the wheel.